Yeah, whenever you're ready to sync it up.
Welcome back to the Metal Discourse. I'm your host Martin, joined by Ryan here today. We are bringing you another episode of Uncovered, where we bring you some songs that probably aren't quite as appreciated as we think they should be. Picking something out that the other person's never heard before, hopefully something you've never heard. And today it is my turn to bring a banger I've been listening to for a couple months now.
There's too much shit in this song. I'm trying to remember everything. I'm like, there's so much cool shit happening. God damn, dude, is this a 5?
Dude, are you kidding me?
I don't know. Like, I can't find anything I don't like about it. Is it a 5? Is it a 5 to you? See, they did everything I like. It's a crescendoing chorus. The song crescendos to the end. It's got the fucking badass synth. The verses are different. It's literally everything I like this song did. I don't know how you summarize all that, but I'll try. Spoiler, I liked it a lot, so that's why I'm struggling to summarize everything, because the entire song was really good. The intro with the synth that kicks in repeats throughout the song, and it's a really awesome sounding synth. It's kind of a darker tone on the synth, but it's not a spooky tone though. You know, sometimes you get a synth that's spooky. It's not like that. And then the first verse, I love that it's different than the second verse. It's super mellow. The second verse is not. And this one comes in with the singing. And then the second half, the synth from the intro returns and layers on top of the verse. You also hear kind of I think that's the bass you hear in the background. It kind of goes up as well, the notes it's playing. But yeah, it's really subtle, the first part of the verse, and then you get the addition of that synth. It's subtle, but it adds so much atmosphere to the verse. It gives it kind of a crescendoing, building feeling. And first chorus, I love this as well. It's just instrumental chorus. You don't have any singing or screaming here. You'll get that later. But for the first time when the chorus comes up, you're just hearing the instrumental portion of the chorus. There's also a nasty guitar underneath there. By the way,
absolute filth.
And then the second verse has a lot more going on than the first verse. You don't hear that same synth from the beginning in the second verse either. Instead, you get a subtle guitar that kicks in the second half of the verse. I also really like you have the kick drum is just on 1, 2, 3, 4. You just hear the kick, which I didn't actually notice till listening to it now. That just kind of gives it a feeling of movement, like you're more rapidly moving towards the next thing when you have a constant kick like that. Also very subtle screaming overlaid on the vocals there.
I was hoping you would get a point that out. It's
kind of hard to hear. It's very subtle, but it's done well.
Yes.
Because it's so subtle. It's not something you would have as the main focal point at that point of the song, but just lightly overlaying it like that really helps fill out what's going on in the song at that moment.
Yeah.
Now you get this sick ass screaming on the chorus, and the second half of the chorus, the rhythm of the screaming and of the vocals changes from the first half as well. He'll sing more on more syllables, more lines. Now, up to this point in the song, I already liked it a lot, but it's only going to get better from here. So I really like the drum pattern that starts when the vocals come in here. You have the snare pattern that it's hitting. It gives it a feeling of like things are building up, and it's not just that kick on the whole notes like it was in the second verse. It's more coming from the snare, which I think is it doing like a drum roll pattern. No, I think that is a drum roll, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Subtle, again, a lot of subtleties in this song, but that's another example of something that's subtle, but it gives a lot more depth to what's happening at the moment. And then I like the second half. It turns into a whole different drum pattern with a bunch of toms being hit.
Yeah.
Along with the screaming and the more build. It's building. The whole song it's building, and it's done really well. So after we have this bridge, before we get to this massive third chorus kind of thing, I don't know if we're really calling this a chorus, it's almost before the last chorus, but it's gonna get massive. But before that, everything drops out and we just get the synth from the intro by itself, which leaves so much room for the next part to come in and obliterate everything. It's literally perfect.
Yeah, man. That bridge does such a good job of setting the stage and setting up that what sounds like a chorus but has like contrasting discord on a guitar there, and the lyrics are similar but different, and everything about that build to that point is just, it's the absolute edge master in metal music.
And then the last nice little subtle touch, it repeats the chorus one more time, but you get another additional, I think it's a synth in the background.
And boom goes the dynamite.
Yeah, man. I don't know, I'm struggling with this one. I don't think I would have changed anything. Like, as I'm listening to the song, the first time you're listening to a song, you're always wondering, oh, what's next? What's going to happen? Right. And in your head, you kind of have an idea of, oh, if it did something like this, that would be perfect. And the song literally did that. The next thing, as I was waiting to hear it, was literally perfect every single time. We were short on time, and I was still having trouble figuring out what rating to give this song. So after listening to some of our other highly rated songs, including our only 5-star rated song so far, which is Better Days from Currents, which is obviously a very high bar to clear, I have decided this song does not quite reach that bar, but it's still fantastic. Therefore, I will be giving it a 4.75. The synth, it's the perfect amount of synth and kind of electronic style stuff. mixed with the heavy guitars and the screaming. It's not overdone to where it's annoying. It's the perfect amount of subtleness in the right spots. I wouldn't change anything about this song.
Yeah, I would say it's balanced really, really well, man. So thank you so much for listening. Today on another episode of Uncovered, today we talked about Silent Planet's banger that I brought to the table, Antimatter. We would like to remind you to like, comment, subscribe, and remember to keep it